it's easy to practice through clothing. When the person is face up, you're more in touch with them as a practitioner. And also you don't have to deal with the head turning or the sinuses congesting that happens a lot of times when somebody's face down. So it's kind of nice that way. So even if we're working on the back, we can use the body weight to put pressure into the point and then tuning into the chi, and so it's easy to hold points from the back. It's sometimes a little bit tricky to find them at first, but once you get familiar, it's like your hands just know. It's amazing how much of this is intuitive work. Wouldn't you agree, Kathy? I mean, it's just once you get the sense of where the point is, how to contact the chi, it's intuitive that you shift your angle or your pressure a little bit in order to feel, oh yeah, okay, there it is. And then your partner will discover that too, and they may say, no, it's not quite there, go down a little bit, or go up a little bit, or go out. Even though they don't know anything about what you're doing, they just know their bodies and where they like to be touched. Typically points are places where you like to be touched. Maybe they're sensitive, but it's kind of a good sensitive. It's like, oh yeah, a little bit more. Oh yeah. Wait, that's too much, but yeah, right there. And so you work with the depth of pressure, the angle of pressure. Your contact is really important in Jin Shin Do because you're not moving and kneading a muscle. You're specifically holding a specific site. And so your contact's really important. It's really about presence. Yeah. So in this day, I had planned the workshop around the element of water, which relates to winter, the season we're just moving into. So they say to work on the meridians before the season that they come into helps to tonify or strengthen them. And so the element of water includes kidney and urinary bladder. In Qigong practice, you brush down the back, right? Found, okay, that's the bladder meridian. That's basically where it goes. It starts in the inner eye, both sides, bilateral, coming up over the head, and then down the back, all the way to the outer ankles, and then the outer little toe. So that's the channel of the bladder meridian. It moves down. It's a yang meridian because yang is that expansive openness, the exciting, warm energy that starts in the heavens and the head, and it flows down to the earth. So the yang meridians start in the head and move down. And they also move primarily on the back, which is more of a yang area, and the sides of the body. So the yang back sides, pretty much. The yin, the earth energy, we worked with the molten lava and that nourishing, moistening inner stillness comes from the earth through the body, inner meridians up to the head. So the yin meridians start at the feet and move up the inside to the head. Those are the external flows, right? Because the meridians relate to the organs and the senses and the brain and a lot of layers, but as body workers, you're coming from the outside, moving in. So even though the points will stimulate internal change, you're working first with the muscular system, just finding where the point is. And then you're tuning into the chi, which is like a gateway. The points are like gateways that open into the body to stimulate change neurologically, chemically, psychologically, spiritually, all the more and more subtle dimensions. Does that make sense? Yes. So as I go along, if anyone has a question, let me know. Okay. So the focus here is on water element, the kidney bladder channel. the energy of winter, which has to do with receding energy. Typically in the winter we want to stay inside and cook warm food, and I mean, we have days like this in January, so it's a little bit tricky, but in general, winter is more cold, more nurturing, you sleep more, it's darker. That's a yin time, it's the most yin time of the year. Summer is the most yang time, right? Hot, we're outside. So to nourish the yin, to follow the natural flow of the seasons, where now it's time to nourish the yin, especially kidneys. Kidneys are a very important organ system in the body. They're considered the root of our energy system, of all the meridians. Kidneys are the root. You have a clue about why that might be? You probably have a clue. What would you say?
Are you talking about the Jing Yang energy, or our kidney essence, or what are you talking about?
Just whatever comes to mind. So when I say that kidneys are the root of the energy in the body, what do you think of?
Ancestor energy.
Ancestor?
Sort of like the basic building block of the energy.
Mm-hmm. Basic building blocks.
Roots what
Just the Jing.
Roots are what collects the moisture and nutrients.
Filtration.
That's a nice image, the roots collecting the moisture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you think of the organs of the kidneys, they're in here, right under your rib cage, and they filter the blood and take out some of the impurities and so forth. They also have the adrenals that sit on top of the kidneys. The adrenals are important glands that work with the pineal, pituitary, our thymus, all the glands in the body to help regulate our sexual hormones and other hormones that activate us. That's the flight or fight, that gives us energy. So the kidneys are essential to health, and that's why it's considered a very deep and important yin meridian.